Welcome back. As I mentioned, we have Mark Rabinowitz here on behalf of Thrive. Well, Mark, thank you for joining me today. How are you?
I am fine, and I'm happy to be here with you.
Well, you are a familiar face right here on Village Television with all the different things that you do, and we appreciate all the fantastic photos that you send in that I use regularly.
I thank you. There's more coming.
I love it. I love it. All right, so Thrive. We've talked to a variety of different people associated with Thrive.
Right.
And I know you guys have lots of different activities that are going on.
Yes.
But for those of us who don't know what Thrive is, maybe just give me a brief description.
Sure. We are a committee that's been around for, gosh, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years now. I've lost track. And what we try to do is help people thrive, live their lives, put a smile on their faces. You know, there's a lot of folks that are stuck in their manners, especially the last year and a half, not quite 2 years. So we've tried to use different avenues of information, and we've come up with a new one.
Great.
So we're just trying to help folks live a little bit happier life.
Yeah.
Is basically what we're doing.
Right. Well, I think that's important, right? As you mentioned, everyone's been isolated for quite some time, and that's really been a serious issue coming out of this pandemic. Is
Yes.
Isolation, depression.
Yes.
We have a lot of doctors we talk to who are really highlighting much of that, and anything anyone can do, I think, is really going to be helpful going forward. So I agree with you on that.
If we can put a slight smile on someone's face once a day throughout the village, we've succeeded.
That's great.
Just simple as that.
So we have new people moving in here every day.
Yes.
And, you know, you've just given them a great description. But what if there was something that a resident wanted to participate in or help with? What are some key things that you think are important to bringing that smile to their face?
Join a club. Meet new people. Get involved. Take a walk and say hi to people that walk by you on the street instead of looking down at your toes.
Right.
Look up and look at somebody right in the eye and say, "Good morning."
Right. Well, you don't know what they've been doing prior to that.
Exactly.
They could have had a really crummy day.
They could have.
Yeah.
But if you say hi to somebody, it might take them out of that
Yeah.
grump and put them into a little happier spot.
A little happier spot. I
Yeah.
like that. I love it. Well, we're coming back, obviously. We've got lots of activities that are going on. There's a couple of things that I know you wanted to tell us about. So maybe let us know what it is that Thrive is doing for the rest of this year and whatever's happening next year.
We will be happy to. I've got my notes here.
Okay.
There's a lot of new residents here in the village, as we all know, who moved in at some point during the closure. And a lot of them really don't know where to go or what to do. And so we're trying to help them find an avenue to a new club or a new something and to meet people. And of course, we put up on the message board a little happy message that, well, I put up that for the committee. But we're going into a television program.
Oh.
We're going to call it the Thrive Toolbox.
Okay.
The number of segments is still to be determined, but we're looking at 3 or 4 segments in each show.
Okay.
One of the segments has to do with Beth Perrick, who is the chairman of the committee, and myself as the videographer. We've started to go around to the different clubhouses and having a conversation with the clubhouse managers and having them take us through the major rooms, if you will, of their given clubhouse.
Okay.
This is mainly for the folks who have never been inside the theater or who have never been over to Clubhouse 4 and don't know all the wonderful craft stuff that's over there that they can use.
Right. Well, let's talk about the pack itself. I mean, we've got, it just reopened not too long ago. They've made a lot of improvements on it. and now they're starting to have events.
Yes.
But in one of these pictures here, we're looking at Beth Perrick, who's talking to who?
To Marcia.
Oh,
Garcia.
Marcia, okay.
They're up on stage. We
Okay.
were doing our walk and talk, and I said to them, okay, go up on stage so I can get a shot of the stage. Because
Okay.
how many people in this village, who have even been here for a long time,
Yeah.
don't know we have an 814-seat theater.
Right.
And their jaws hit the floor when I
Well,
say that.
exactly, and all these great events were happening there where they have performances and old
Yes.
pros and
Yes.
theater guild. I mean,
Yep.
there's just a ton of activities that happen in
Yep.
that. So that is really good news. And the box office is now open.
Yep, it
Right,
sure is.
right.
They've been hiring folks to work in the box office.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, the day we were there, Beth and I were there, they just hired Tina Magnuson to
Hmm.
sit there and so she walked in and it was a little home week.
Okay.
But the fact is that it's starting.
Right,
It's
right,
opening up.
right.
And I know, as you know, at the PAC, I used to, as a staff photographer for the village, I used to photograph all the major events over there.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't had anything to do for almost 2 years.
Well, you've been out there catching photos of squirrels and,
Yes,
and
I have.
other,
Oh,
other
yes, I
creatures
have.
in our community, which is great.
Yeah.
Now, if people wanted to know more about Thrive or they wanted to participate, what is the best way to get in touch with you guys?
Best way to get in touch with Thrive is through our website.
Okay.
Thrive in the Village, all lowercase, at gmail.com.
Okay, so that's the email that you
Or,
guys have.
excuse me, email,
So the
yes.
Thrive in the Village at yahoo.com.
Yeah.
And that way people could get answers and maybe participate and get events coming up and maybe also information about the new show you guys are going to have.
Yeah.
Thrive Toolbox.
Yeah.
Okay.
As I said, the Thrive Toolbox will have a section of interviews throughout the clubhouses. It will have, as we're planning it, a section where folks can send in questions and we will find people to answer them of authority.
Oh, okay, great.
Who will answer them and we'll videotape that.
That's great.
And then just people having questions about nothing major, but where do I go to do this? Or what can I, informational.
Right.
Questions and informational answers to those questions.
Well, the more resources the folks have here, the better off they are.
You
because
bet.
you know what? There's a lot of opportunity for communication here. You just got to do it.
That's right.
So thank you so much. It was very nice to talk to you about it.
Thank you very much for having us, and thanks for promoting Thrive.
You got it. And remember, if you want more information or you want to participate with Thrive, you can send them an email at thriveinthevillage@yahoo.com. We'll be right back.